Hakuo listeners, let's learn sumo. I'm Clayton. Welcome to the podcast. Let's learn sumo. This is the January Basho 2025. Join me on X, Instagram, and where I restream this audio podcast on YouTube if you're listening in that focus. Tonight we will focus entirely on the January Grand Sumo Tournament winner. Tomorrow, being Monday, I will upload an episode covering all the other matches and final results for day 15 of the January Grand Sumo Tournament. But tonight is about the winner. Was that the most exciting day 15 night of sumo you have ever seen? It must be close. The Yusho has been decided, and spoilers incoming, it was decided after a three-way playoff. With so much riding on the result, it was bound to be an exciting finish. Kimbozan was facing Oho in the regular matches for day 15. Kimbozan on 12 wins. Look at Magashira 14. He's had an amazing tournament. He only needed to beat Oho to win the Yusho outright himself. Oho, if he beat Kimbozan in normal time, was able to force a playoff. Hoshoryu Ozeki was also on 11 wins. He had to beat Kokugikan Ozeki to join a playoff if and only if Oho beat Kimbozan. Let's have a look at how it happened tonight. Oho and Kimbozan, they faced off. It was shortly after the lunch evening break for the news. With the Japanese Prime Minister in attendance, it was a grandstand day of sumo on day 15. Look, a really big touchy eye by Oho, thrusting as Kimbozan tried to keep Oho away. He's got that really long reach. Oho keeps at it and gets Kimbozan to the bails and forces him over. A big notawa by Kimbozan as Oho pulled Kimbozan off balance. Kimbozan then turned at the bails. Oho pressed hard with the belly pumping to force him out. So, Oho forced the win. He now forces a playoff. Kimbozan, he walked down the alley, and to be honest, he looked a little bit crestfallen that he hadn't pulled it off as his first opportunity. At the very least, he'd now forced into a playoff with Oho, and he had to wait out for the final match between Hoshoryu and Kokugikan to work out if it was a two-way or a three-way playoff. In the end, a tomo-isen, being the word, sen being the word for three, playoff was the result. We haven't seen a three-way playoff for a Basho Yusho since Abi won the Yusho in 2022. Now, he beat Takayasu and Takakeisho to win the Yusho in that three-way playoff. That being said, Abi did hanker Takayasu first and then Oshidashi Takakeisho for the Yusho. So Hoshoryu, he faced up to Kokugikan in the final match of regular time, final match of the evening. Hoshoryu went for a big thrust to Notawa, but Kokugikan drived inside hard to get the belt. Hoshoryu tried to turn Kokugikan over with the belt. Kokugikan, being the wrestler with probably the best balance, resisted. Hoshoryu is unbalanced, but he recovered to get a double inside belt grip, which then allowed him to drive Kokugikan back and over the bails. Look, in the end, it was a relatively easy Yorikiri win to join the three-way playoff. All three wrestlers retired to the changing room. They're on the west side with cameras in their face, which was most unusual. They relaxed as best they could, regained their strength for a few minutes before they re-entered the stadium, and they had to draw lots. So the playoff works like this. East and West face each other first. O is the reserve. Hoshoryu and Kimbozan drew lots and they were the first to wrestle from East and West. The winner of that match would face the reserve, who this time was Oho. To win the Yusho, you need to win 2 consecutive matches. So they would continue until one of the wrestlers won 2 matches in a row. So Hoshoryu and Kimbozan entered the ring. Hoshoryu with less than 10 minutes rest in total since his match with Kokugikan. So they faced off, and Hoshoryu got an inside right belt grip and dragged Kimbozan around. Hoshoryu got into a position and drove Kimbozan out. He took out the Shimpan and one of the crowd. Look, I felt so much for Kimbozan as he moved to the side. He was waiting to see if he would wrestle again, but he did look a little bit crestfallen at losing that match, and losing it fairly easily, to be honest. Hoshoryu, he was about to fight his third match in 10 minutes with very little rest. So he faced up with Oho. Shortly thereafter, a really good touchy-eye. Oho grabbed Hoshoryu's face. They struggled for an arm position as Hoshoryu forced Oho back to the bales with an inside right body grip and a beautiful wide stance. Oho got under Hoshoryu's shoulder, moved laterally, forced his way out from the bales and back into the ring. Hoshoryu, he had a left outside grip on the belt of Oho, a right inside body grip as he leant on Oho. They locked up briefly. Hoshoryu, he tried to pull Oho left over his hip. He really does go to those old wrestling techniques. He likes the hip throw, but Oho, to his credit, he resisted. Hoshoryu then tried to pull away and a Wata Dashinage open belt throw Oho, but Oho stayed up. Worse still, Oho got a hand on the back of Hoshoryu's shoulder and tried to push him down Hataki Komi. Hoshoryu, he kept a vice-like grip on the right belt of Oho and just kept driving and driving until he forced Oho over the bales to win the Yusho. Oho went down. The release of emotion was palpable on Hoshoryu's face. He looked totally overcome. He returned to his position. You could really see how much it meant to him. Probably more so than the first Yusho he won as Sekiwake. It was a powerful display by an Ozeki looking for promotion to Yokozuna. Remember, the Yokozuna Deliberation Board said that if he won the Yusho, they would seriously consider promoting him to Yokozuna. After a 12 Yusho, maybe they wouldn't look as hard, but a 12-win Yusho with a 2-win playoff makes a little bit of difference. A dominant and emotional display that might just move him to the exalted rank of Yokozuna. Either way, even if they make him wait for another performance in March, this win will stand the test of time as one of the great wins. Well done, Ozeki Hoshoryu. Good luck, and hopefully next time we are speaking about Hoshoryu, we are speaking about the 74th Yokozuna. Hakuo listeners, let's learn sumo.